You
What do you do?
mean so it's just a red hat? Like
yeah, it's a
really,
red hat now.
So
that's
you're
been
saying you have a death wish? Is that it?
They
greatest
chose
tragedy
all white lettering.
of that regime was the fact that you can no longer wear a red hat.
It's so taboo. And from the
And I
back,
didn't wear
it's an
them
instant
before,
assumption.
but
Yeah.
like,
Well, everybody goes a little Fred Durst from time to time.
yeah.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
who hasn't gone Fred Durst at a Halloween party or during a divorce like Ed was talking about?
yeah, I just go Fred Durst listening to jazz. He's a big jazz guy, I found out.
Well, I don't think he's a big Limp Bizkit fan.
Who fucking is?
Like all my cousins from Roseville. Oh,
That makes sense.
Roseville,
my-
yeah, that checks out.
My family lives in El Dorado Hills. I'm familiar.
I'm going tomorrow. I have to drive out there tomorrow.
That's
For what?
Oh, I gotta help my grandma. She got the vaccine, so now I have no excuse not to help her with yard work.
Well, that's pretty fair.
Yeah,
That's a nice thing.
yeah. I guess.
Oh,
She
I'm
got a
gonna
big
admit
yard.
Hayley.
Okay.
Hello, Hayley.
Hi, Hayley.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Hayley.
Going all right.
Going good. Thanks for doing the show again.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yay.
Are you in like a basement being held against your will or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you survive the last encounter?
Which one?
I think you were just all by yourself, like at home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just want to make sure you survived that.
That's funny. I was gonna do the same. So did I talk? I couldn't remember what bits I did. Did I talk shit on my roommate last time?
I think a little bit.
Maybe a bit, but you can
Maybe,
always talk
not
more
enough.
shit.
Yeah, I might do it again.
It's been
I know
long
nothing
enough.
about your roommate, so it'd all be new to me.
How does your shirt match the tree behind you like impeccably?
I know, right? You'd think I coordinated this, but I did not. No, this that tree was in our backyard. I don't know, and the shirt just matched. So yeah.
Where's your backyard?
It's in Mountain View over in California.
Oh yes,
Everybody here's a California comic.
I am from San Jose.
Ah, all right.
Mountain View's poor neighbor.
Yeah, you're like an original San Jose.
Thank you.
I forget that.
I lived in San Jose till I was 12. That counts for
Thank
shit.
you.
That is it's
Man,
a big compliment to say
can't-
I forget you're from
Yeah,
San
I
Jose.
can't wait for that to be me one day.
I love the roast that's like people from San Jose think they made it by moving to the East Bay, because that is what I think.
Fuck.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Awesome. Your
going
hair's
to be me. Okay, I'm gonna start letting
Thank
people
you.
in.
Cool.
I really, really hate. I feel like I look really pink right now.
You do look a bit.
Blush on. Sorry. I'm not
I don't have
sure.
any.
I was
blush
about
on.
to compliment the filter.
Thank you. There is no filter, so you're just being a kiss ass.
It's called Cherry Pop Tart.
Oh, it's gone. That is a filter, and now I know it's a filter because you just flashed back to the Matrix in real color.
No, that was just. I feel like you look even more pink.
You look less pink now.
There you go.
Whatever. That's gonna have to do. Yay. Okay. Hi everybody. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. About 3 minutes.
Do you want me to time everyone?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be good. I'm just making sure everything looks good. Yeah, so folks, just make sure, you guys have 10 minutes for a set, and then we're going to do a 10-minute interview afterwards. This is just all information for everybody else, I guess, to hear too. And, yeah, no, it's going to be fun. It'll be good. And what else? The interviews are going to be very low key. It's not going to be anything gross or weird or invasive, I promise. Unless you're into that.
That was a quick back down from that point, but
Well, I mean, like it's at your own comfort level.
yeah, we're
So-
not about that. but we are so into it.
I just don't want to go guns blazing, being like, "What's your relationship with your dad like?"
Don't bring up my
It'd be
dad.
fun,
Thank
though.
you.
Yeah, see, there we
Because
go.
my mom's gonna be watching, and I'm
Yeah.
not kidding about that.
Oh,
I am not.
I mean, give her a warning. Somebody might be saying something gross. I can't control the people.
Oh, I know. She's watched the Pete's
Peaky Blinders.
show. Yeah.
Sorry, I timed my question wrong because it's hard to talk on Zoom. I said, Cameron, where are you located?
I'm in Monterey County in Marina, if you're familiar.
Oh, sometimes I review resumes that say Marina, and I'm like, where the fuck is that? So that's
Yeah, we're like the poor part of Monterey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Is it
That was
just north of Monterey then, or is that?
exactly.
All
You're the
right.
south side San Jose of Monterey.
Yeah, just go to Monterey and then drive north till it starts smelling bad. That's us, and that's the desalination plant.
Oh my
Aw,
god, that's
and
like
that's-
Milpitas.
It's so sick. I speak Vietnamese now.
I was listening to a podcast today. I don't know if anyone's a Drag Race fan, but Trixie Mattel was interviewing, like, she's a makeup mogul, it doesn't matter, but
Wait, is it the one that is it the Bald and the Beautiful?
yeah, and they were
RuPaul Drag Race, not like race car drag race.
Yes, RuPaul's
What is
Drag Race, the one that matters.
The important one, the money one,
Yes.
as we call it. Right.
but they were talking about Milpitas, and Trixie was just like, Milpitas?
Oh
Oh.
yeah, that's right, because the founder of Sugar Pill is from Milpitas.
Yeah, it's just weird to hear, like, she's my biggest celebrity. She's like my Kim K. So to hear Trixie Mattel say, like, Marina would probably feel weird for you, Cameron.
Yeah, super.
And she just kind of went, Milpitas? Oh, okay, shout out to Milpitas.
That's exactly
Wow.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The reluctant shout out. Not what you want on your podcast.
And I
Yeah.
think it just sounds. Milpitas is almost is penis. Let's be honest.
True.
You're not
It's
wrong.
That's it.
Milpenis. And I think
Can
people have a reaction.
Milpitas, Lil Penis. It's basically the same thing. And with
What
that,
Oh.
let's get started. My name is Adriana McCain, and I have to do laundry later. Welcome to Okay So Like.
Woo!
It is very nice to have all of you here with us today on this fine day. I'm just trying to make sure that my stopwatch is available because we like to be punctual on this show. That's why every poster says that we start at 8:06 p.m. Folks, we're gonna go right ahead and we're going to take a look at what's in the news as per usual. All right, let's get going. All right. Kim and Kanye are getting a divorce, much to Kris Jenner and Entertainment Weekly's disappointment. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the show just ended. She could have been making some good money. Details about Texas Senator Ted Cruz's vacation to Cancun in the middle of his state's emergency were revealed after a source leaked his wife's text to a group chat inviting neighbors and friends to travel with them. Clearly, Heidi is unaware of the #1 unspoken rule of group chats. If you say something stupid, you're gonna get screenshotted and made fun of. That's not so much of a joke as much as a PSA. Please don't be stupid. A Fox News anchor has warned his viewers the cancel culture surrounding political figures and past presidents will lead to the cancellation of figures from the Bible. Really? Then what do you call this? All right. Crucifixion is a mistranslation for cancellation. Happy Lent, everybody. Beyonce is releasing a new collection with Adidas titled Icy Park, which I can only assume is a tribute to Houston.
Aw.
Prince Philip is still is in the hospital for the third night in a row for not feeling well, which is the most British aristocratic way to die. It's the second most aristocratic British way to die. Right above swords, but right below car crashes.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, got the whole family.
Soon they will.
When I was researching for these jokes, I went on to New York Post, as one does, and I like scrolled 1 second, and then immediately there was a pop-up PSA ad for the safety of the COVID vaccine, which kind of checks out with the kind of person who would be reading the New York Post. So that was really fun. We are not joined by Ruben today, in case you can't tell. But instead we have Austin,
Finally.
my good buddy Austin, who I'll throw up right here. Hey
What's
bud,
up, everyone?
how's it living?
It's okay.
It's okay.
I think I'm living the dream, dude. I'm drinking some Spindrift, hanging out.
I'm also drinking a Spindrift. What Spindrift are you drinking?
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit. I have sparkling raspberry lime.
Yeah, it's the thing I think that keeps me off of antidepressants is wanting to drink grapefruit flavored things. So that's why I work on me every day.
That's really good. That's really brave of you, actually.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
crunchy mom of me.
Yes.
But
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm hanging out. I'm actually getting the vaccine soon, which is very exciting. So fucking peace to me.
What makes you get the vaccine more than other people?
I sell dog food.
Oh,
I work for a
okay.
company that does, yeah.
Excellent. So I have.
Can I take my clap back?
I'm like within like the phase 1B, like my greater company is. So that's why I get it. So.
That's really exciting. So what I'm hearing is that I need to quit my job at a law office and go sell dog food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let that.
No, but all those people are gonna get divorced. No.
I know it's a state law now, so they're all going to die, and the government's going to take their stuff.
Oh yeah. See, okay, actually, they need you. That's essential. Maybe now more than ever.
Yeah. Apparently not according to Gavin Newsom, but if I was hawking kitty litter, maybe that would be different.
These estate sales are getting smaller and smaller.
They're getting worse.
No, you see, Adriana, we benefit if they die as well.
Oh, okay. But we don't get their business while they're alive.
Yeah, see, look,
It's
got
more
like
lucrative when they die.
Okay. There we go.
They're
You
gonna
heard it here
reopen
first.
schools and all the estate sales are gonna be like Nintendo Switch never used.
There we go.
I mean, I'm an educator and I'm getting my vaccination on Sunday. So Austin and I we're on the same level.
That's very exciting. Again,
Healthcare, education,
congratulations to the educators and the pet food expresses. I apparently am never going to leave my house, but I'm very excited for the rest of you. That's really great.
Thank you.
Folks, we've got a great lineup for you tonight. I'm gonna give it to Austin. Now you gotta pay attention to me. But guess what? You won't have to pay attention to me for very long, because we're going to go right ahead to our first comic of the night. Ladies, gentlemen, everybody else that doesn't fall into that category, because 2021 means that we've moved past the binary. We're going to go ahead right to our first comic, like I said. Please put your hands together for Cameron Barry.
Woo!
Thank you, Adriana. I appreciate that warm welcome. Thank you, Austin, for co-hosting. Let me start my time. Okay.
Hi.
I'm so glad to be on here. Sorry if I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't been practicing as much because I thought in 2020 that the world would end. So I practiced less. But it's okay, because since going to Zoom shows, some good things have happened. So much less of my fans have been complaining about ringworm. So that's good. I think we're contracting less of that in general. Some things I was bad at before the pandemic, I'm now good at. like shopping for fruit. I used to never know what I was doing. I would punch a tomato and I would like shake a coconut to see if there's grapes inside still. I didn't know how produce worked. I was an idiot. Now when I go fruit shopping, I feel so impassioned and it's so active. I'm like shaking fruit, like I'm talking to an unfaithful girlfriend. Who else has been touching you? There's like so much more to do. It just feels fun. But just in advance, just so no one's expectations are broken, I am absurd to the max. Nothing's to be taken serious. There's no moral lessons to learn. There's no object lesson at the end of this. It's all just goofs and gaffs. I'm a comedian, not an educator. If I was an educator, I would get paid much, much less. So just set your expectations appropriately. If your mic is on mute, turn it off mute because I have a little bit. I need to ask you guys some questions, and I can't necessarily hear your response if you're muted. But does anyone here know the side effects of steroids?
Small
Yes.
penis, big boobs.
Small penis, big boobs. I haven't heard those very often, but I've heard very, very rare cases that big boobs. That to me is not a side effect that's bad, though. I mean, first off, are the boobs on you or your girlfriend? If the boobs are on you, still play ball. I'm down. But the worst side effect that most guys tell me about, though, is they say it'll shrink your balls. They say you get this artificial testosterone, so your body stops producing it, so your balls get small. And I hear that, and I hear what they're saying, but it just keeps coming out like a positive. Because the smaller my balls get, the bigger my dick looks. Like that's why I shave in the first place. This isn't a side effect. This is results you didn't have to pay for in the first place. And so, yeah, I think the worst side effect of steroids, honestly, if you look down at it, it's very, very rare. It's like so uncommon, but very rare occasions, steroids will save the life of Donald J. Trump. And it's very rare. But that's like once in a while. But that's enough about me and my comedy and my dumb jokes. I don't trust the government, and that's really what I'm here to talk about. It's a special time of year. It's Black History Month, and that's a little bit suspicious to me. I think we should remember Black people year round. I don't think it should be like a once a year thing. Morgan Freeman came out and said he thinks like Black History Month is kind of offensive, even just because of the nature of limiting it to 1 month. And I'm not above the suspicion that Black History Month was started by a bunch of racist white landowners with shotguns who were like, this February, we're making Black people history. And I think we just try to twist to a positive. I don't think we need it. I think we can just remember Black people year round and just always be treating them better in general. So I think the government messed that one up. Also, does anyone know how the government handles the draft or conscientious objectors?
Mhm.
Yeah, most women don't. Austin, you don't? Oh my gosh, Matt, you don't? You're eligible. Jesus Louise, Ed, you're fine. So the way the draft works is any man over the age of 18 in America, if Congress says so, can get a violence letter from the government. And it says, hey, we're going to send you out and you got to shoot people in the face. And you get this and you got to go. And if you're like me and you're like, you know what? I'm just super not in the mood right now. And I'm all out of the shooting energy right now. They go, okay, that's fine. And they put you in prison. And so that's like a government thing. And that's kind of weird to me. So here's my biggest problem with all that, though. After you get this violence letter, if you say, yes, I will shoot people in the face, what they do is they give you a gun. Now, that's indicative of some gun control problems because the people who don't want violence go to prison and they don't get a gun. And I don't know, to me, the person in prison needs to come more, and I can prove it. Let's take a soldier. He's on the freedom front. He's fighting. He's doing the freedom fighting. He's got the gun. He's pointing it down. He's like aiming at the people, and he's fighting for the freedom. If that same soldier, while he's fighting for freedom, out of the corner of his eye, sees someone from approaching, and it's the guy who tried to eat his Jello at lunch, like he's probably gonna do something about it, right? He's gonna, for a split second, he's gonna stop fighting freedom and be like, he's gonna fight sodomy for a second. He's gonna do it for a second. For a brief second, it's gonna be a higher priority than fighting for freedom, even if you're on the front of the battlefield. So I think conscientious objectors should get guns too. And so, but honestly, the government has messed up things worse than Black History Month or conscientious objectors in the draft. This last year, the government made haircuts not feel as good. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so I used to get a haircut, used to feel good, but now when I get a haircut, I have to wear a mask. My barber has to wear a mask. He has to wear a visor. We both have to wear gloves. We both have to wear condoms. Haircuts don't feel as good. I don't know. I have complaints, but I don't trust myself either. Like I've had insurance for a long time, but my primary care physician is still an out-of-network Pilates instructor. So I do a lot of things wrong. I mess things up. And like lately, I lost some confidence. There's something I used to do good before the quarantine, and now I do it bad. With a face mask on, I think it takes me 3 to 4 times as long to find out if the person I'm talking to is a crackhead or not. there's a lot of that story in this area, and you miss a lot of that picture. So it's my reaction times are not what they should be, not where I live. But honestly, it's okay. I'm finding that I have a different approach to handling what is America's secondary biggest problem. Because right now we have the COVID pandemic, and I get that that's bad. Pandemic is worldwide, but we have epidemics in America currently that were existing before the pandemic and are existing now. And we're taking focus off of them, and I think that's going to make them worse. One of the biggest ones was the crack epidemic, and I want to face it head on. I don't want to get blindsided, so I'm working on my herd immunity. So I'm just gonna start smoking crack. So here's what I figured out. I taken a little category of good times to start smoking crack because I don't want to get caught unawares. So I made a list. I'm gonna just share you guys some of the lists that I came up with, and you can use this if you want to. This is kind of for everybody. I'll put it on Instagram later. But basically, here's one bad time. I wrote this down first because I didn't want to get caught in any traps. A bad time to start smoking crack that might trick you is your birthday. You're going to feel special. There's going to be a lot of people supporting you. Going to be a lot of yes men in your life at this time. And you're probably going to have some access to maybe a little bit of crack rock. This is not a good time to start smoking crack. Okay. Your overinflated ego right now is not telling you to make good decisions. Stick to drinking, avoid the crack rock. Good time to start smoking crack. You lost your job. You have unemployment coming, which means you're not going to have to take a drug test for a while. This is an appropriate season, I would say. This is where you can take a little take a shot. Bad time, wedding day. Once again, all the emotions are flying. Oh my God, so exciting. Crack rock's going to sound great. You got to avoid it. Here's why. One, licensed minister. Two, wedding certificate. Too much legal stuff going on. Avoid crack rock during a wedding. That's not the time to start. Good time to start, house burns down. Okay. It's kind of embarrassing to have your house burnt down because you overcooked bagel bites. Do you want to be known as a lazy chef or a brilliant chemist? Okay, so smoke a little crack when your house burns down. Here's bad time though. Graduation. If you just graduated, you should not be smoking crack. You need to find a job. That should be the last thing on your mind. That was kind of like a trick question. If you don't know clearly the answer is not to smoke crack after graduation, you're probably on crack. Who's going to pay for these student loans? You are in trouble. So that's just a little, I'll put that out there. That's gonna be a course for people who are trying to figure out what they should do to navigate the crack epidemic. Let's finish off with a happy New Year's story. Anybody here have
we're
any
on a
Oh, is
Zoom
that it?
call to watch Edward Ruben. You want to go on?
Yeah, come on. I'll finish with a short story about carjackings. My kind of birthplace is Modesto, California.
Oh.
Yeah. If you think people say bad things about Milpitas, you don't want to hear what they say about Modesto. But Modesto, it kind of earns it. Like, it used to be the car theft capital of America. And like, it lived up to that reputation when I was in the area. I was carjacked multiple times in Modesto. But one of the most memorable times was New Year's, like 8 or 9 years ago. I remember it because I was celebrating New Year's at a party, and right around like 10, 15 minutes after midnight, me and my girlfriend go to my car, and like, we're not in the car very long, and all of a sudden I hear someone jiggling on the handle, and I just thought it was one of my friends or whatever. So I'm like, get out of here, goofing off. And then the person starts smacking the window as hard as they can, trying to break it. And I'm like, what the heck is this? So I lock the door handle, and they start going around and trying to reach the door handles on the other side. They keep hitting the window, and they say, get out of the car. This is a carjacking. And I look through the fog out the window, and all I can see is a hoodie and a face mask. I was terrified. But then I remembered, I was like, wait a second. And so I started talking to him. I said, dude, hold on. You were trying to steal a 1991 Ford Escort. This car's not worth your time. You should go to any other car for sure. And I was like, he's never going to steal this car. This car won't make it where you're trying to go. I spent $600 on this car 2 years ago. It's not worth your time. But the guy didn't give up. He kept trying. And then he came up and he tink, 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 tink. He started tapping something against the window. And he said, get out of the car. I got a gun. And I said, dude, your gun is worth more than my car. I will trade you. That's my time, guys.
All right, everybody, give it up for Cameron Berry. Okay, Cameron, it's great to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me so much. I appreciate it.
So I ask a question that I ask all of my guests, and you are no exception. How are you doing right now?
I am doing ecstatic despite possibly engaging litigious action with my employer this afternoon.
Okay, that's very optimistic for what could be very grave. Do you?
Nerves of steel.
Wow, not a care in the world. That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm at that point.
What kind of anti-anxiety medication are you on?
I'm not on any, oddly enough. That's not true. I smoke about an ounce of weed a day.
Okay.
Does
Well,
that count?
all right. There we
Does
go.
that count? Also, I drink about 12 pots of coffee in the morning.
That I feel like that balances it out. So you're just
They help
like
each other.
you're just normal. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I tell the DMV.
There
And they
you
still
go.
won't give me my license back.
Ain't that a shame? Ain't that a pity?
Yeah.
No, I mean I think that is actually quite great that like weed works for you that way. Unless you're just doing a bit and then I get it. I get the bit. No,
Life's a bit.
because like I mean, have you ever had any adverse effects with the marijuana?
Everything. Yeah, everything I've ever taken has negatively impacted my life.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Well,
no, but I have though. I've had the worst experience. I'll tell you really briefly. There's this hip hop artist from San Jose. Shout out, woo woo, Sell One. Dude's very great guy. Makes really good music, but you mostly hear it in strip clubs. But very good music. He invites me to his studio to a recording session, and I want to impress him. So I get 2 big blunts before we go, and I'm trying to show him off. I'm like, yeah, we're smoking blunts. Let's go to your studio. We get in the studio. He plays the track, and 2 seconds later, I am in the deepest spins of my life. And I'm like, this sounds like shit. And I walk outside and throw up all over the front patio of his studio. And I have to rush to clean it up before anyone comes out and finds out. And then I have to text my friend inside to run away with me because I'm so embarrassed. So yeah, there's been a couple side effects, once or twice.
Oh no, that's really bad. I was just thinking that it was gonna be like I get really bad cotton mouth, or like my anxiety actually gets really bad. But no, throwing up on an acquaintance's front steps.
Yeah.
It really
Projectile
doesn't
vomit.
get any worse than that.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
And yet you carry on like the brave warrior you are.
I am a stalwart knight for my causes.
Yes, that of course being smoking a lot of weed. Cameron, so I had the pleasure recently to be on a podcast with you and one of our old guests, Michael Booth.
Shout out.
You have a podcast.
Yes.
That is it's going on episode 100.
Yes, which by the way comes out tomorrow with special guest Adriana McCain. You were hilarious. I got to watch that back, by the way, while editing. I got to watch it back a couple times. And when you lay into Michael is, I think, unanimously our podcast's new favorite moment because it's so out of character for you and so funny. And it's just everything about it is perfect. So I can't wait for people to see that. But yeah, it's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, I mean, I did not break it up for you to just start talking about how, I don't know, funny I was, but thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody listened to my episode. I just break it up because like 100 episodes, that's really great. I was gonna ask you what your favorite moment is, but now I guess we're going second favorite moment.
If we go pre the episode 100 recording, there's a moment on there that it's tragic but funny. They say tragedy makes good comedy, tragedy plus time and all that. This one was funny right in the moment, but for like terrible reasons. But the guest host that you met, Anthony, I believe he was there. Yeah. So Anthony was talking with a guest, and we were all interviewing him. It was a guest. You may have heard the name Brian Simpson. So very funny individual, like one of the most gracious guests we've had on the show. And he was talking on a more serious subject. It's more of a serious episode. And then we get to the end, and because of Zoom, like we were talking earlier with Hayley, the over chat and stuff, I thought once or twice he might have been cut off. So I was like, I will just at the end give him a full disclaimer. Hey, if you got cut off on anything, now's your chance to speak openly with no interruption. And so I approach it just like that. I say, Brian, is there something you want to say without interruption? And he goes, well, nah, I mean, and he's about to say something, and Anthony goes, yeah, say your plugs. This guy, he gave us like 2 hours of his time. He's got like an agent booking him for TV shows on the left, and he's doing a free podcast on the right. And our friend just lays into him and cuts him off. And Anthony had no idea what he had done. He was just so out of it. He was like, yeah, let's wrap this up. We got to go. I'm hungry. It's hilarious. It made my skin crawl, but it's the funniest thing to talk about. And anyone can go see that. Like my friend just totally being the big.
That's so funny.
It's so funny. I feel bad for Anthony for bringing it up over and over again, but it's truly comedy gold. It's amazing.
Yeah, Schadenfreude's pretty up there. So you had a segment that we did on your show called Battle of the Brands, which is basically you're discussing the branding, which subject has the best branding, in a topic or whatever. And one that we were going to do but we didn't end up doing, but I would love to know your opinion on is what is the best emoji and why?
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. This is I think it's a question that's new because we haven't had emojis forever. So there's no like great philosopher to go back to and be like, what do they think about emojis? You really are on your own like mental acumen to find out the best emoji.
Which is good because I asked you.
Yeah, and I'm somewhat of an expert. I've used 2 or 3 before. And so here's what I would say. It's based on your age. When you're young, like whatever your favorite sport is, the ball for that like sport, that's your number 1 emoji. If you're a girl a little bit older maybe and you're like starting to date a little bit, little heart emojis, little blow kiss emojis, those might be little blush emojis, those might be some of your favorites. I go with the 100 because I'm just I am a yes man to the max. I will acquiesce on everything. And so someone says me something, I'm like 100. Like, hey, IRS is asking for an audit, 100. Like, everything is 100 all the way. I just lock it in. Yeah, I go with 100. How about you? What's yours? Because we didn't get to ask on the show.
I really I think the one that I've been getting just the most mileage, because for me, I think an emoji really is all about versatility. It's about conveying your message. It's you use it to enhance a sentence, and I therefore think that just a versatile and like says so much with saying so little are the eyeball emojis that are just kind of like looking at you like
general disapproval and awkwardness.
Well, it's not even just that. I think it's also like, okay, you're you're anticipating something, or you're like, hey, like look at this, or there's just a lot of different ways to use that. And so I think it's a very versatile, it's a good emoji to have.
I feel bad I haven't used it. It's underutilized in my phone, and that's going to change starting immediately.
Excellent. I'm very, very glad to hear that. Cameron, if you had to be any kind of plant, what would you be? And you cannot say marijuana because that's the coward's way out.
Ah, got you. Good play. I would be a mushroom because they get a lot of alone time.
Mushrooms aren't plants.
How dare you? Okay.
They're not plants.
Okay.
Thank
if
you,
fungus
Austin.
doesn't count as a plant.
Fungus does not count
Sorry,
as a
not
plant.
all of us.
I appreciate
Sorry, some of us
these.
are construction workers during the daytime. We don't know about the plant technology. If I had... Is cactus a plant?
Cactus is a plant.
Okay, I'm a cactus because I would stab you with my spines for telling me I can't be a fungus. Bam.
It's the first time I've been threatened on my own show. Oh no.
Don't mess with me when I'm a cactus. I'll just say that won't have me in a good temperament. Is there a poisonous cactus? I want to change my answer to poisonous cactus.
I don't think there are poisonous cactuses. Or would it be, do you think it would be a poisonous cactus or a venomous one? Like if you, what do you think is more likely? A cactus that would kill you by like you like eating it, or one that like would attack you and like with its spines?
I think the scariest one would be a cactus that established a conservatorship over your estate so your family couldn't get anything. That would be scary.
That would be scary.
Like it pokes you and your kids are like, Dad, what about our inheritance? And you're like, but the cactus.
Very topical. Have you seen, speaking of that, have you seen the Britney Spears documentary?
I heard about it. I haven't seen it. I want to free Britney already. What happened? Do you know?
I mean, I watched.
Don't watch it. It's not going to change your mind. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to find out yourself. But like, the good thing about that is that they didn't make it like a big series. It's just a one-off that's about an hour long. Because
that's how long I have for Britney. That's good.
That's as long. I have plenty of time for Britney. I don't have enough time for people drawing things out when it's like we've reached a conclusion here. You're just waiting for airtime.
Her dad's a monster, though, right? That was the gist of it. Her dad's a monster man.
Her dad apparently sucks really bad. Cameron, on this show, we like to send off every interview with a would you rather. So please get ready. Are you ready, Cameron Barry?
No, I just got litigious today.
Hey man, I'm gonna make it real simple for you. Okay, you ready?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Would you rather be able to fly or be invisible?
Oh Jesus Christ, fly! Are you kidding me? You know how much airplane to Bali costs? Fly! Give me the flight. I've never had to be invisible to get somewhere. Flight gets you places.
There we go. I like that.
Hey, by the way,
can-do attitude.
Yeah, any creepers say invisible, kick them off the show. That's a creeper move, by
All
the
right,
way.
that sounds. I duly noted. Thank you very much, Cameron. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Agreed, yeah.
Everybody, give it up one more time for Cameron Barry.
Woo!
Folks, we are rocking and we are rolling, and we don't have a headliner this evening, and so I'm going to do the begging for money in between our dear guests. Hey, everybody, it's me, Adriana. From this Zoom show. We appreciate you tuning in as always. But you know what? We would also appreciate a little bit of your money. Now, if you haven't donated to causes like the stuff that's going on in Texas, I highly encourage that you donate to that. There's a lot of great Venmos for mutual aids for Austin and for Fort Worth and for Dallas and Houston and El Paso. And so I definitely suggest that you go and you throw some money to people over there, because it's dire straits out in the Lone Star State, but we got to show them that they're not alone. But if you have done that and you're like, Adriana, please, I need to know where to put more money, you can donate it to us. That would be great. You can give us some money. Austin, I would appreciate if you can throw in the chat the Venmo, which is just my name squished together with a little at the front. You know what that is. But please, by all means, help me pay these comics. I value their time and I value yours, and so that's why I'm paying them and not you. That's fine. This is a great sell. Thank you very much, and you'll hear back from me and our sponsors again at the end of the show. We're going to go and move right on ahead. Please, everybody, put your sweet little paws together for one singular Ed Ruben.
Hey, everybody. How's it going out there? How's it going? Oh, this picture is offensive. There, that's better. Because, if I'm going to be on video, I want to be in a Monet shot. Was that a bridge too far? I was trying to make a good impression. It's something to ponder. But my name is Ed Ruben. I am married. My wife is a cat person. I am a dog person. I keep telling her she's just cooking it wrong. I know. Hey, Adriana was talking about the stuff happening in Texas, and I hear things are getting better. Otherwise, I wouldn't bring this up. But I'm older, so I remember way back when Enron, which is based in Houston, really screwed up the California electricity market, and we were having to pay big bucks. So I don't know how to say this any other way, but they say revenge is a dish best served cold. So don't mess with California. Anyway, when my wife and I got married, oh my gosh, my 7-layer wedding cake was so beautiful. It had me in tears. I know. A little bit about my love life. My love life is like a great Russian basketball player. Nothing but nyet. I know. My name for my erection is secret because it's strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. I know, it's silly, but it's true. Hey, more about my love life. Oh, my wife is into spooning. Spooning, you know what that is? It's when you lay on your side and you cuddle. It's really romantic. I'm much more into forking. No, it's not that I have to have sex. It's just a knife to have. Did you catch that there? Those were all 3 of the major utensils in one joke. It's like comedy gold. I used to have a line in there about a salad fork, but I decided to toss it.
Oh my God.
I know. I thought that deserved a rim job. I mean, rim shot. I'm sorry. my gosh. I made that mistake a couple weeks ago when my wife was watching. Whew. She gave me such a tongue lashing. Speaking of my wife, she does not respect my privacy or my girlfriend's. When I joined my current company, they wanted me to take a drug test. Can you believe it? I said, hey, there is no need for that. I already know what I like. Flonase and baby aspirin get me through the day. Yeah. Hey, I don't know about you, but in hindsight, 2020 sucked. 2020 was so bad that no matter where you looked, Schrodinger's cat was dead.
Oh.
Joke for all you modern physicists out there. Well, there's one guy that's from Livermore. I'm sure he likes that one. Anyway, now we got COVID going on. I was happy to hear that New York City has figured out how to stop COVID from affecting people that go to church. We're going to start spreading the pews. Leg kick. I know. I wish I could sing because, and so do you. What was I going to say? Oh, my mom loves this next joke. No, she doesn't. Hey, you know what they say about anal beads? This is not that one, Mom. You know what they say about anal beads made of donut holes? Two great tastes that taste great together. Yeah, she doesn't like that one. And she's not going to like this new one either. Hey, I don't know about you if you knew this, but after every meet, Michael Phelps would smoke a different strain of weed based on what the event was. You know, the breaststroke or the freestyle or whatever it was. Yeah, it was, well, you've heard of it. You know, different tokes for different strokes. I know. Hey, at our homeschool, we have been showing the kids Ferris Bueller's Day Off for the last week. But I'm sad to report, those kids cannot take a hint. You know, you know the saying, an eye for an eye? Turns out it was created by a bunch of yes men that didn't know how to spell. Anyway, I know it's stupid. Here's something you should know. No matter how many porn movies I make, they're still going to call it a miniseries. Mom's going to ask me, what does that one mean? Anyway, I enjoyed history, but I still think it's a terrible stripper name. All right, well, personal admission here. I like big boobs. And that's why when I go to Disneyland, my favorite ride is Teacups. Must be this big to ride. A lot of black eyes on that ride. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. Hey, let's get back to the cleaner stuff. My cardiologist just got busted for fraud. Can you believe it? Now he's going to do a stint in jail. No. Hey, Austin was talking about his job and how now he gets to go get a shot because of that. I'm not going to kibble with you. Anyway, I know, Austin. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I didn't want to. Anyway, you know, that is a tough job, but think about guillotine operators, right? I mean, those guys had to stay sharp if they wanted to get ahead. No.
Oh my
It's
God.
ridiculous. Hey, my city is looking into an ordinance because they want to curb parallel parking. So far, it's just been a lot of back and forth. We'll see how it turns out. I'm starting to realize at work that I'm a little older than a lot of my coworkers. They keep telling me their favorite thing in the world is Frozen. And I'm like, hey, Frozen what?
Uh-huh.
I know, right? Yeah. I wish that joke weren't true. Anyway, how many people remember Sully, Miracle on Hudson Sully? Took off an airplane, almost immediately had to land in the Hudson River. Guy was a hero. Well, I want to let you know, every time I get an airplane, that's who I want the pilot to be. I hate long flights. But I love water slides. Okay, here's my mom's favorite joke. Sorry, everybody. Anyway, did you hear the sad story about the statistician that got into the car accident? She ran into the median. I know. And it wasn't even a difficult part of the highway. It was just a normal curve. I know. Yeah, I know. That joke seems kind of mean. But I just think it's average.
Oh my God.
Speaking of bad news, sad story. Did you hear about the sexy old lady that died? Yeah. The MILF expired. I know. Serial killer. Snap, crackle, pop. They all went. It was terrible. Anyway, you guys have been great. You've been patient. Thank you very much. Thank you, Adriana.
Everybody give it up for Ed Ruben. Oh my gosh. Ed. Hi.
Hi, Adriana. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
My question to you, like for everybody, is how are you doing right now? How are you doing right now?
You know, I keep having to remind myself that no matter how I think I'm doing, I have nothing to complain about compared to what a lot of people out there have been going through for the last year. So.
Thank you for that's a very sympathetic way to be like, I think I am bombing. That's the thing about the Zoom format is like so many people have their mics off, and it's not. I can feel it not being as engaging for like a lot of comics. That seems to be kind of the big complaint. But I mean, how have you, I guess, been? What have you been doing to stay fresh comedy wise, since we can't go back to the real world just yet?
Yeah, so the major thing I'm doing is there's a podcast out there called Hot Breath, and I started listening to it probably 2 or 3 years ago. And anyway, when the COVID hit, they started doing this Right 10 thing for the West Coast is at 7 in the morning. So I've been doing that. They basically give you a word, and then you have 10 minutes to come up with jokes about it. And then you post one of those jokes, and then sadly they vote on it. It's like having the Emmys every day. Oh. And anyway, so at least that's helped me come up with new stuff. I have been pretty pathetic in terms of actually doing the Zoom shows. So like maybe once or twice a week at most. So, I signed up for Displaced Comedians, but I haven't really tried very many of them. So I got to get better about that just to get my name out, because a lot of people are making connections and all this stuff. So.
Yes. See, I think that is one of the things that is really a benefit these days, is the connections that you can make doing Zoom comedy. Just because, I know people who have had folks from like LA or New York on their show. And that's not something that you can usually do, in real people land. And so, definitely those connections, like you're joking, but like, I think that would be a very valuable thing for, for folks such as you or me, to engage in. So I'm glad that I'm glad that you recognize that, because I think a lot of comedians these days are just like, this sucks, I don't want to do it.
I will tell you though, the hours are so much better than than normal open mics and stuff, right? I mean, it's like a lot of these are over by 10 at night, whereas like you used to get home at 1 or 12:30 at night.
Oh my God.
So sleep wise and everything, it's a lot better than what we'll go back to someday with the open mics at bars and stuff like that.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
What was your first open mic in the area? And how long? Two-part
Oh,
question.
here?
Two-part question. Let me backtrack a little bit. What were the first open mics you went to, and what, like when did you start? Whichever order, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay. So my first one was Cafe for Scotty. And I actually looked it up. It was October 4th, 2017.
Wow.
And I took a class at work. And the instructor was this incredibly organized and generous guy, Jesse Fernandez, who's a comic in the Bay Area. And it was great because, you always hear about the classes where they have a show at the end, but he actually would you were only like a third of the way through, and he's like, hey, let's go meet here at an open mic, like in the middle of the week or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's sort of like you watched. I always tell people that when they say, oh, I want to do that, I'm like, well, just go watch a couple open mics, and you'll say, I could be funnier than those two guys. And so that was pretty much how it does, watching it a couple times and then working on stuff, and then finally doing it in front of Jorge and making a joke about Jorge's name, which I stopped doing. Yeah.
That's fair. I don't know what you could have made fun of, except maybe one or two things.
It was a wordplay. It was a wordplay joke on that he reversed the saying on his dad's favorite thing the dad used to yell. So Jorge becomes hey whore.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
All right.
So it was pretty tame. It's still tame,
I think there are a lot of. That's the thing, is that I've been to a lot of open mics at in San Jose, and I just automatically kind of assumed oh, maybe it'll be something about his ethnicity. But
oh no,
I'm not giving you enough credit, and I apologize, especially in front of your mother. That's not a nice thing to do. Shouts out to Ed's mom, by the way, for joining us, and
and her friend Mickey for being here. Thank you.
And her friend Nikki, thank you for being here.
Yes,
That's great. It's always good to have supportive parents. I had Mean Dave on the show recently, and he was like, yeah, you and I have supportive, because my parents also watched that show, so it was like, oh yeah, nice. And he said to me, and I'll repeat it to you, he's like, that we're never going to be successful in comedy because we've got very supportive parents. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Bad news for you there, Ed.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. This is so exciting.
Yeah. Hey, Ed, if you had to be any kind of dog, what kind of dog would you be?
Oh, that's a good question. I would be the type of dog that would get my owner a mate. So what are the cute dogs? Yeah, dog. Yeah.
He'd be a wingman dog.
Yeah, we had growing up. We had a combination of a beagle, and a lab. So I'll go for that, like a mutt.
Mutt. That's
yeah,
nice.
I'm not particular about my dog breeds. I just like the medium size.
That's good. A medium dog, I think, is great because it takes up less room than like a golden retriever, but it's not small that you think you're gonna step on it and it's gonna die.
Growing up, the people across the street had 2 huge collies. Those dogs were hairy and smelly.
I have a friend that had collies growing up, and she had one. I want to say it was named Candy, and then Candy passed away, and then they got another dog, and that became Candy 2. Like Candy 2, the sequel to Candy, Too Candy, Too Furious. So.
Wow, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, collies, man, that's crazy.
I know, right? Yeah, that was crazy.
So, how have you been keeping up your time other than comedy writing? Because I know you mentioned, are you homeschooling kids right now?
All right. The honest truth is my youngest is 21 now. Yeah.
Okay, so are you helping her with college?
Yeah. He hasn't asked for too many help in college. I'm paying for it though. That's fun.
That is significant. Okay, so you don't have to teach, which is great because I
No,
get that
right.
that sucks.
Oh my
Sorry
God,
to educate. Okay, Matt is nodding his head. But for the people who didn't go to school for that, that's an extra level of suck. But yeah, how have you been spending time these days?
Let's see. I'm working from home, so obviously that's a nice ability to have. It's funny. I've been going. I think you just go through like a sine wave of things. So when it started, I was playing this video game, Civilization 6, that I like, and then I've been trying. Way back when my kids were small, I was trying to do this train set thing, and then I quit for 10 years or something like that. So I'm trying to do that again. And then still playing the Civilization and what else? Like binge watching some shows. I haven't really watched that much TV, but suddenly my older son got me hooked on NCIS, believe it or not.
Oh wow.
I
Ed,
know.
you're heading towards retirement with that one.
Yeah.
Oh man,
You know,
you're just
I
accepting
know.
the
I know.
inevitability of
The
time
killer
moving
is
forward.
I know the killer is, I was like everybody else. I was getting into I'm into the Mandalorian, right? And so then, but I hadn't seen all the prequels. What is it? Rebels and Clone Wars. So I started binge watching Clone Wars. But then now I've switched to NCIS, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And I have no explanation. I don't know, but
that's rough. You've gone from like clinging on to youth to just accepting your death with with that
Thanks,
television.
Adriana. That's a really pleasant
Hey
thought
man,
there, huh?
I just call it like I see it, man.
I know.
You can still the Star Wars stuff. It's not too late. You can go back to Star Wars. I promise.
I intend to.
There you go.
I intend to. Yeah,
Good.
exactly.
Good for you. Well, Ed, I am so sorry for insulting you about your TV tastes. I'm sure.
I insulted myself about my TV taste. I know they're pathetic. I did watch The Good Place. I want to say that because that was an excellent show.
There you go. The Good Place is wonderful.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
All right. You're safe for now, but I have enjoyed our time here, but we sadly do have to wrap up. But that means that Ed, Ruben, I would like to close out your interview with a Would You Rather. Are you ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you ready? Okay, great.
Yes.
Ed, would you rather hang out with a vampire or with a werewolf?
Wow. I'm gonna go with a vampire because I'm sure my wife thinks they're hot. And maybe we're both named Edward. And right, I still can't figure out. Right, you got Edward Scissorhands, you got the whole Edward the vampire thing. How come Edward can't be a more popular name? That's my rant.
I was gonna say both of those franchises are pretty popular, so I think you might be in good company with them. Right? Everybody, there you go. Everybody, please give it up one last time for Ed Ruben. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you, Adriana. Thank you, Austin. Thanks to everybody. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you to Ed's mom for being here, as well as her friend Mickey. Folks, we are down to our last comic. I'm sure you're ready. I'm sure you're excited. Please put your hands together. Without further ado, for Hayley Beacon.
Hey, how's it going out there? What a crazy week we had. Are you guys ready for my first guest? Please make it very loud for friend of the show, Kyle.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Come on, you gotta get. Oh God, you gotta get it. Okay, what's up?
Wow.
Thank you so much for returning to the show.
You're welcome.
How have
have you been? You know, how have you been coping with quarantine?
Well, a lot of people haven't seen me. A lot of people don't know if you follow me, but I did a viral video of the beginning of quarantine of raiding vapes, and people haven't seen me since then. And I'm just here to set the record straight. I had COVID this whole time.
COVID for 10 months.
I had it for 10 months. I'm kind of like, what would you call it, like a statistical anomaly?
That is what you call it.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I've been very lonely, but what the good thing was is I was asymptomatic.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time together, which is
how you got it. But
yeah, exactly.
I didn't tell a lot of people because I was kind of fucked up. I don't know, I didn't think it was a big deal. But kind of like a come to Jesus moment for that whole Black Square movement, and I realized I was hurting other people with my actions. So I've been alone and just hanging out. Happy to be here though.
Great, yeah. I mean, for
Adrian, Hayley, I love your whole vibe.
Adriana, for sure.
Yeah, Arjun.
Arjun's not here. No one here looks anything like him, actually. I don't really know.
I can't see. I have
well,
a lot of people don't know, but I have
astigmatism.
No, it's not. It's like what the dogs have.
Cataracts.
Cataracts.
Oh yeah.
My eyes are a beautiful milky blue, but it's a problem.
I brought you to the show tonight for.
You want your notes?
Yeah. I prepared my notes, because I wanted to address what happened.
Oh.
And I just wanted to give you a space, and a platform to, you know, issue an apology.
All right. Well, I guess a lot of things I've done, and I don't really know what's about to happen. So, go ahead.
Let's go through the list.
All right.
Chronologically.
I'm prepared for this.
Can you talk about the green M&M?
Well, not personal, but I think part of sex positivity is vulnerability. Prepared to be vulnerable.
Wait, what was that?
I'm prepared to be vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
I've been reading a lot, and I've been listening to a lot of Esther Perel and talking about like relationships, and I just think at the heart of everything is vulnerability. So I will share about the green M&M. So a lot of my time in quarantine was spent figuring out my body and what that means. And I don't have the greatest track record with treating women, and I'm working on it. But I did vow in quarantine because of I did some reflection, and I cannot masturbate to the green M&M anymore because I think it's and not because she's a woman.
Because she's gay.
She's gay, and I learned that actually this week. But I don't know if that makes me queer. I've been trying to think about that. I never really generally identified as queer, but I guess if I'm attracted to people who are, that would make me in a queer relationship. I got some fish to fry. But the green M&M, mostly because she's an animal, I think. And she's not a person.
Can I ask, what kind of animal is the green M&M?
For sure, she's food. And I don't think she has, it's kind of like that thing of when you're drinking, like even if you say yes, it's not a yes.
That's true.
And if you're an animal and you're giving me your yes as green M&M,
yeah.
Advertising, I think. Seduce me, I don't think her yes was an enthusiastic yes.
Yeah, food cannot consent.
Food can't consent. And that is in quarantine. You should have gotten COVID for 10 minutes because you learn a lot.
Okay, next. Thank you, first of all. I mean, I just think it's important that we're, accountable. It's not cancel culture, it's accountability culture.
I believe in restorative justice.
Absolutely.
And in fact, I believe in like transformative justice, because to restore means that there was something intact before that you are restoring. But if you are like me and you're a conditioned man, there's nothing to restore. So you're unlearning and you're transforming, you're growing, if people want to talk about it, if they're struggling, please DM me. It's actually my sister's account. For accountability reasons, I use Sister Mary _fake.
Thank you so much. Next, again, I just think it's really important that you break your silence on what happened in Clubhouse.
Yeah. Well,
do the people know what Clubhouse is?
Yeah.
Right.
What do you know about it?
Tell us.
I know it's mostly a voice chatting app that I'm not on.
Well, get on it, brother.
Don't make the same mistakes that you're about to hear about.
I shot and it wasn't
Caught.
what anybody wanted. I joined a room. Okay. I didn't mean to mess with underage girls, but you get on the app and you gotta assume that that's what, like, they know what they're doing. I don't know. I feel like my apology, I'm like digging myself further, deeper.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a room that is like it's called Shoot Your Shot, and sometimes it's spelled wrong. So if you can't find it, just like mix up the spelling. But not everyone there is very bright, and I'm not here to judge. But sometimes it's spelled wrong. So it's called Shoot Your Shot, and it's a room where you're in there with people and you're on stage, and you can be like, "Hello, like, what's up?" They'll be like, "Kyle, shoot your shot," and I'll be like, "Yeah, what's up? I'm Kyle. I have COVID-19, but I am a survivor of COVID-19, and I would like to shoot my shot at Melintica." And Melintica, and then I will respectfully mute myself. And Melintica is like, I don't want to do her voice, but I'll do her voice so you know it's not me. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, make it clear to everyone what you mean.
Hi, Kyle. It's me, Melintica. I thank you so much for shooting your shot. I'm actually listening with my dad.
Does Melintica grab her balls too?
Well, I think that's kind of a personal question to ask people.
It doesn't matter because you can't see.
Well, you can't see anybody. So
Right.
how was I to know A, that she was 15, B, that she was with her dad?
Yeah.
How could I have known? Anyway, the FBI is following me.
Where? Where can the FBI find you?
That Sister Mary _fake.
On all platforms.
All platforms.
Yep.
Sister's Twitter, though. She has one tweet and got 4 likes. Please don't look. Anyway, I'm dealing with that. And I'm dealing with it. I think I have a lot of shame, but I'm trying to be open because I want this to be a learning moment. And I honestly, it's not my fault, but I guess there are precautions I could have taken. Start my period. And I didn't, and I failed. And I think that's part of being a man, is like not just pointing the blame and like, figuring out how it wasn't my fault, but like, how can I do better next time?
Yeah.
How can I ensure it's age appropriate?
Mm-hmm.
Little did you know, of course I did not get a date on that Shoot Your Shot. And of course I am banned from Shoot Your Shot, but you can find me in every single Bachelor conversation because I'm very interested in that show and how it's evolving.
What is your commentary on the Chris Harrison scandal? Considering, you're an expert at public scandal and public apologies.
Yeah. Not pulling Rudy, just holding my belly. Are you familiar with that? Y'all know, you understand my reference?
Yes. Rudy?
Julian.
I mean,
Borat movie. What's the question?
Yeah, do you have any words for him?
Do you all know what is happening with that situation?
Yes.
What? Do you know?
I would love to hear it in your words, to be honest.
To me?
Yeah, I would
Chris Harrison, well, he messed up. And I think that some things were brought, some very valid concerns were brought about the show, and instead of him being humble and being like, how could we do better? He kind of just dismissed the concerns about this particular contestant being inappropriate and frankly racist. And that kind of stuff is gonna get called out, and it needs to. And a show like ABC, like, yes, it's very popular. It's gotten this far, even being problematic. But I think that like everyone has room to grow. Even like a popular show has room to grow. And The Bachelor is that. And Chris Harrison thinks he can just float on by being exactly the same as he's always been, and he can't. And he got caught, and people were like, Chris Harrison, you didn't call it out. You didn't call it out when you saw it. When you see something, say something. And it was brought to him, and he said the opposite of the thing.
Does that clear it up for everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It might get taken off the show. This is a very serious.
Yeah. That man might have to retire with, something like $50 million when he could have made 50 million more, really.
Chump change.
Really. Before you go tonight, I really think it's fair to give you the last word. We have a couple minutes, so if there's just anything that you want America to know about Kyle.
COVID-19 is real. Wash your hands. Now more than ever, brush your teeth. The virus lives on surfaces mainly. Please be mindful of what you're licking. Please be mindful of who you're kissing, not only for the virus, but for their emotional consideration. I think always ask. I think this is the perfect time to just remember consent. I think consent with COVID is going to translate to consent with after COVID. And I think we're all looking forward to that. It's time to plan. It's time to organize.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please give it up for Kyle. So brave. So brave. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Everybody give it up for Hayley Beacon and Kyle. Oh my God. Oh shit.
I don't have anywhere else to sit.
You don't have anywhere else? Hey, you know what? You can absolutely get in on this. I'm trying to fucking figure out how to add a spotlight. There we go. Oh my God. Hayley and Kyle, how are you guys doing right now?
Good. We're more in love than ever.
That's beautiful. I love that for you guys.
Brought us closer rather than ending in divorce.
It's platonic,
like everyone
also.
else.
It's like a platonic marriage.
A platonic marriage? That's I think probably the smartest arrangement a person can.
Greek.
It's what?
It's Greek.
It's Greek.
Platonic Greek.
Plato started it. He was the first one. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got that mixed up with tectonic marriage. It's when you get married so hard you cause an earthquake.
Pump it up. I love tectonic.
We have an age difference, so I don't get his references sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. I really like this show within a show thing. I think I'm gonna. No, I'm just saying is that I think I'm gonna hire you as my new correspondent for the show. That I'll have you take over some interviews every once in a while. I think I'm offering you a job.
Senior male correspondent to finally get the male perspective on things.
I know. I usually have Ruben and Austin here, but I don't think that's really the energy that we need to be focusing on. I think Kyle. Yeah, Kyle, I gotta say you exude this really like raw, animalistic male energy that is frankly hypnotic. It's almost as hard to look away from as seeing your hands in your crotch. I know that I shouldn't look there, but I just can't. I just cannot look away. It's hypnotic. But that's the energy that you bring to the table here, my friend.
Damn, I'm getting on Clubhouse.
We're there all the time.
That's really exciting. So Hayley and Kyle, you're doing well. That's what I'm hearing.
I mean, not to be annoying, but like we're kind of thriving.
Thriving. Oh my gosh.
No one wants to hear about it.
No, you're right. Nobody does want to hear about that. But I did ask the question, so I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
How are you thriving here?
Go ahead, ladies first.
Thank you. Case in point.
People forget to.
Kyle has always been a gender neutral name in Greece. And I do again want to use this platform to remind everybody. Kyle's a gender neutral name.
Kyle is, but I'm not, and I'm not ashamed. I think it's for me to just admit that I'm a man and an ally. I think is more powerful than me pretending to be something I'm not.
So wait, you're not non-binary?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry for lying about that.
It's okay, but you know what? That's something that you're used to at this point. This is just more practice for apologizing for another scandal.
Oh yeah,
exactly. And I see, we can talk. I feel like other couples, they just don't talk.
What do you guys talk about? Is it a lot of different ways that Kyle can apologize, or is it like practicing Kyle's apologies?
Yeah, and he taught me how to make spaghetti.
Oh, Kyle, can you explain to us how you taught Hayley to make spaghetti?
Well, yeah, generally people get it from the store, right?
Right.
And
I had no idea. Like, it's right there.
I'm no different. So you get it from the store. It's just like a really simple meal. I grew up in a family with a lot of kids, so it's kind of like a mainstay in the Kyle household. And
wait, just really quick, Kyle, is Kyle your last name or is Kyle your first name?
It's his name. It's just his name.
It's kind of like an Oprah thing at this point, but I did grow up. My name was Kyle.
Oh,
That
is incredible.
Realize till it's too late.
Or something.
They just forgot.
Well, okay, so the issue, I can explain it. So my mom was married, and the man she married, his last name is Kyle, and they got a divorce. And she had me by someone, she just had a night out, and she made a mistake for herself, but she felt like she could keep me, and she did, and named me Kyle. And then years later, she ran into her ex-husband again, and they kind of reconciled and got back on the right track. And so we took his last name, and so my name's Kyle.
And his first name, to make up for lost time.
Yeah.
Wait, you changed your first name got changed to Kyle in order to make up for lost time?
Born Kyle. My first name was Kyle. Yeah, my last name was different before when I was born, and my mom remarried her ex-husband, whose last name was Kyle. I then took that last name just for tax reasons.
That makes sense.
That completely checks out. I feel like I'm learning more about taxes every single day. And that is something that they tell you. They tell you at TurboTax is if you change your last name, you get a write-off for that.
Yeah, if you could take your stepdad's last name, that's a big write-off.
Exactly. But you have to pay for that premium package for that kind of info and analysis.
And you have to have a stepdad, which is a lot of trauma.
That's true. That can cause some turmoil for people. Do you get along with your stepdad?
Me?
Yeah.
Or do I get along with his stepdad?
Do you get? Well, I mean, Kyle just said that his stepdad died, which is.
But Hayley, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like one of them better than the other, and that's the one that died for sure.
How many times has your mom been married? How many times?
I feel like that's like a question that brings into question like her stability in relationships, and I prefer that she were here to answer that.
Okay, I understand that. I have to work on apologies now.
Apologies are easy. You say thank you for letting me know and move on.
Okay, thank you for letting me know, and we're gonna move on. Hayley, how did you and Kyle meet?
Facebook Marketplace? Yeah. I was looking for one ski for this art I was making.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met Kyle, he told me that it sounded stupid, and then they didn't make it. Mm-hmm. I'm just really grateful, and I was like, wow, a man who can challenge me. And it's challenging every day since then.
Was Kyle gonna sell you the ski, or was he just commenting on a post you had made?
No, I think he thought I lost a ski and I need one more ski to go skiing again. But that wasn't the case. That's when we found true love.
Wow.
Yeah, it was authenticity from the start.
I have money in that game too, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah. He gave up $40 for a life with me.
It's a $40 at that time I could have used.
I mean, that's money you could have used, but now you've got this beautiful love to carry you through to your next $40. And you never ended up getting that ski, huh?
Well, I actually quit art. I just work in marketing now.
Oh, okay. That's That's difficult. That's a big
breadwinner. It's my breadwinner. So proud. Yeah, he doesn't work because he's had COVID for 10 months.
10 months.
Yeah. The whole time. Had COVID the whole
I
time.
had it this whole time.
That's it. Hayley, are you and you haven't tested positive or anything, or are you? Have you had any symptoms here?
Yeah, I'm very sick most of the time. But the relationship to me is worth it. Relationships are work, you know?
Yeah, that's what they keep telling me. It's why I don't have one. I'm no work and I'll play. Yeah. So Hayley, I know that you wanted to. One of the things that we talked about last time was skincare stuff, and I thought that you I think mentioned that you had some skincare questions because we had a discussion about this at one point. So I'd love to help you figure how are you doing on your skincare journey?
Yeah, no, on a very serious note, there's been no improvement at all since I last spoke. Oh yeah, please check out Kyle's channel for vape reviews. First lesson is learning that you can vape inside during quarantine. I think that's a really important thing to remember at this time.
And you can vape with COVID?
You can vape inside.
You have to vape with COVID, actually.
Well, if you have COVID and you want to vape with COVID, but go on. I don't want to take this.
I'm still having an issue with, the lactic acid 10%. I up from 5% to 10. And I still feel like my pores are bigger than ever. But actually, Kyle helped me realize it may be because I'm mixing it with a vitamin C serum, and you can't mix a lot of things with vitamin C. So I think I'm going to switch to marula oil in the meantime.
What I do. That's what I use.
Exactly. And Kyle's not better. And I want to look like Kyle.
I think that we can help you get to looking like Kyle. Yeah, vitamin C. Do you use that in the morning or do you use that at night?
I usually do both at night, like once every 24 hours. That's
Okay. So I would say that you stick with a vitamin C during the day, and you should really only be doing lactic acid maybe like every other day, or like 3 times a week. You don't want to do that too often because your skin can get overexfoliated. Kyle, how often are you using marula oil each day?
I use marula oil as a moisturizer, but in the morning I make sure to add an SPF. I just use one from CeraVe, and it's SPF 50. I'm getting in my 30s. But I'm 42. I'm being honest. But,
you wouldn't be able to tell because your skincare routine is pretty immaculate. It sounds like you're keeping up with it, and it's keeping you looking good.
I did spend some money, and I got the Glossier one, ran through it. It was fine, and then I was doing some stuff from The Ordinary. But really, what's been working for me is just Dove soap and marula oil and SPF. But I do love vitamin C because vitamin C is actually my favorite musical artist, and I saw them in high school at the Budweiser Pavilion at the Kern County Fair, and that's my favorite band.
How many times did they play their graduation song?
It was the whole set.
It was the whole set.
There was a full string quartet for Pachelbel's Canon, which is the beginning part.
See, this is when I just put on my Billie Eilish because I don't know what he's talking about.
She doesn't know about like 90s.
I think that song came out later than the 90s.
It didn't. So I was in 3rd grade.
I apologize if we move on. Okay.
Well, it was the year 2000. My sister was graduating from 8th grade. It was her graduation song. It was the first year. It came out in the year 2000. So we're actually both right. I'm sorry.
I know, dude. I love that math. I think that's very important and it's very good. Hayley, do you have any more skincare questions? Because we're gonna have to wrap up real soon.
No, I'm set. I found Kyle since we last talked, and I call Kyle my beauty guru. Thank you for helping me. Thanks for helping me when I had no one else. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I'm here for you. And now you have Kyle. And while our beautiful journey has come to an end, this beautiful journey seems to be it's gonna last forever, just like Kyle's COVID. And I think that's beautiful. I do have one last question for both of you, which is a good old-fashioned would you rather. And get ready, folks, to Hayley Beacon and to her dear beloved Kyle. My question is, would you rather wear a shirt as pants or pants as a shirt?
I do both already.
Just rocking. You're doing an upside down thing, like a what's his name?
Crisscross.
Yeah, crisscross. Yeah, crisscross, but upside down.
Yeah, it's called jumpsuit. Where's the pants end and the shirt start? Can you tell me?
That's a good point, actually.
It's like a cat dog of clothing. That's beautiful. Kyle, are you wearing shirts as pants or pants as a shirt?
This is my hack for COVID, especially if you've had it this whole time. It can be exhausting wearing clothes. We all know that right now. But I would take a big t-shirt and I would put it on like pants, put my legs through the arms, and then it's just a hole where the neck is supposed to be. And that's for your whole this. So whatever you're using, whenever you're packing, you can use that and you never have to get undressed to go to the bathroom.
You're so right. You're so correct. Oh my god, it's the wisdom that Kyle has brought to this show, I think, is revolutionary.
Kyle fucking rocks, dude.
I'm throwing away all my pants.
Exactly. Everybody, I think we gotta go throw away all of our pants. But before we do that, let's give it up one more time for Hayley Beacon and for Kyle.
Woo!
Thanks, guys.
I'll follow her on Instagram.
Please follow Kyle on Instagram.
Follow Hayley on Instagram. It's Hayley Beacon.
Hayley Beacon. Please follow them both on Instagram.
You got
it. Throw it in the chat. We'll get you some more followers. I did follow Kyle. I'm looking forward to hearing more. Yeah, truly a beautiful, beautiful couple, inspirational guys. You know, like Austin, it was just Valentine's Day, and isn't it just so inspirational to see true love like that?
Oh, totally. Yeah. It's really amazing. It's exactly what I needed, I think, to start 2021 off on the right foot.
Even though we're halfway through the second month.
Yeah, I'm sleeping in.
Yeah. You know what? So much shit has happened so far this year that I think we're safe to just start it now.
Yeah, we're fine.
And now. And now. But you're right. That's the perfect energy. Unfortunately, being horny is currently illegal, so we're gonna have to become outlaws if we want to match that beautiful raw energy. That's what I think, at least.
I never stopped, so.
Excellent, beautiful. Kyle is also spelled apparently Khyyle. That's very beautiful. That's very important.
It's pronounced Kyle.
Kyle. Am I pronouncing that right? Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle. You said it right the first time, not the second time.
Got it. Okay.
It's not. You have to hear it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you've one more time. How's it
Kyle.
Kyle.
My name is just Kyle.
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 Perfect. Beautiful. No notes. I wouldn't have notes on a person's name anyway, because that's not polite. Folks, thank you so much for being here with us. Austin, what can people do with their money one more time?
You can send it to the Venmo at PYP Comedy.
Wrong. No. That will go to Ruben and he will be confused.
McCain. It's her name. I will post it in the chat one more time. It's pretty easy. She's related to John McCain.
It's not true.
And that one girl from The View.
That's also not true. I don't like whoever laughed that hard. Yes, please, again, throw some bucks our way. Help us pay these beautiful comedians and their boyfriends with COVID. Their platonic marriage partners with COVID.
10 months. That's
10
wild.
months. It's so much. But yeah, thank you so much for everybody who watched. Until next time. We don't have a show next week, but we'll have one the week after. And we're